Checking to see if my connection is back or not yet. Okay. Wrong one. I think. Well, let's go to Studio and see. I think I need to be in late night, not... Yeah, not this one. Okay. Well, I don't have the alert anymore, so let's see if we can finish this up. All right. Ones, twos. Still everything open for threes. 4 here. 4 possibilities for 5. 6, 7. 3 possibilities for 8. 3 possibilities for 9. All right. 3 possibilities for 1, 2. 3 possibilities for 3, 4. Everything open for 5s. 6s. I've got 2 possibilities for 6, 2 possibilities for 7, 8, and 9. All right, 1. 4 possibilities for 2. 4 possibilities for 3. 4. Everything's open for 5s. Nope, 3 possibilities for 5s. 6s. Bunch of possibilities for 7. 3 of them. Got a 9 there. And it looks like I've got 4 possibilities for 8. All right. Let's flood the rest in. So 1s, 2s. Get me mouse out of the way. Mostly I'm just going through and making sure I've got placed everything that needs to be placed and adding in everything else. All right, I'm missing something here. Ah, nope, that can't be a 1. 2, 3, that can't be a 3, it's going to be over here. Can't be a 4. Can be a 5, that's right, 5s go everywhere. All right. That means I've got a 7, 5 pair here, so no, 5s don't go everywhere. It's going to be one of these two for a 5. The other is going to be a 7. All right. We got a 1 here. 4 possibilities for 2. Got a 3 there. 4 possibilities for a 3. 4. 3 possibilities for a 5. 6s. Well, that can't be a 6. That can't be a 6, so I've got 4 or 2 possibilities for a 6. No. 4 possibilities for a 6. Because I did not lock 6s out of here. All right, 7s. One of these 3 is a 7. How about 8s? I've got 4 possibilities for an 8. And I already have a 9 here. So moving down here, one of these is a 2, 3, 4. One of these 4 is a 5. 6s. We got a 6 blocked there. One of these 2 is a 6 because 6s are blocked there. 7s. One of these 2 is a 7 because the 7 is blocked here. And all that's left now is an 8, and we've got 8s possibly here. All right, this is filled. We're flooded already. One of these 2 is a 2. One of these 2 is a 3. Got a 4 here. Tag in all the possible 5s. Oop, that says not a 5. All right, 6, 7, 8. And where do we drop a 9? One of these 2 places. All right. Down here, we got a 1, a 2. We need to put a 3 into one of these 3 spots. A 4 in one of these 2, 5, 6. 7 into one of these 3. 8 into this one or this one. This one is the one blocking all these 3. And then a 9 is going to be one of these 2. All right, let's fill in here. One of these 3 is a 1. Oop, not this one. So one of these 2 is a 1. And that had already been marked. One of these 2 is a 2. Got a 3 here. This can't be a 4, so one of these 3 is a 4. How about 5s? Anything helping there? Well, that says these 2 can't be a 5, so and this one says these 2 can't be a 5, so one of these 2 is. 6, 7. I've got 3 possibilities for a 7 here. 3 possibilities for an 8. And already got a 9. Got a 9 here, 1 here. There are 3 possibilities for a 2. Already earmarked the 2 possibilities for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3 possibilities for an 8. All right, so we've got a 5-2 pair here. Does that help any? 5-7, 7-2, 5-2. Oh, we got a standalone 1 here. Is that valid? I got a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, and 9. So yes, that's a 1. Not a 1 there. Also not a 1 here or here, which means you're a 1. This becomes a 3, perhaps. I'll have the 1s we just put in, a 2 in the square. 3 is what we're looking for. 4 in the column, or in the row. 5. It's not blocked. Oh, it's in the square with the 7s. 6s, there's 1 in the row. 7s is the pair matched with 5s. 8 and 9, so yes, this is a 3. Turns this into a 6 and this into a 4. So still get the 7, 5 there. And not a 4 here. 5, 2 here with this one. And we'll see what else we can get. Seven, 9, 7, 8, 8, 9. Well, we can pull the 6s here, the 7s here. Ah. No. Yes, that can't be a 7. This is not going to be a 3, and neither is this. But the fact that I don't have any 7s here now, they're up here, means this is a 7, this becomes a 5. So now we can clean up some 5s. That no longer apply. That makes this a 2, this a 5. Makes this a 7, this is a 2 now. Not a 7 here. Not a 7 here. That's an 8, a 4, and a 5 here. All right. Not an 8 here, so that's a 9, a 7 here. Not a 7 here as a result, also not a 4, that's a 3, this is a 4, and this is an 8. Turning this into a 3. We got 8, 2 pair here. 3s to clean up. 7, 8 pair here. So not an 8 here or here. Not a 3. Is this going to be a 5? Could be. No, one of these two is supposed to be a 5. Ah, no, yeah, these two, this one can't be a 5 because that's a 5. All right. So 1 and 3. 5 here, 2 here. 8, that suggests this is a 9. All right, that's a 9 there, 2 here, 3 and 5. Still have 8, 2 pair here, but that means 9, none of these can be a 2. This gets to be a 5, and we got a 7, 6 pair here. Let's clean up these two 5s. An 8, 2, 8, 2, this is a bad combination. Make that a 2, that makes this an, well, this becomes a 6, and not working there. All right, start from the beginning again. Flooding. And we'll start down here. Not a 1, not a 1, there's a 1 there. 2s everywhere. Nope, not there. Everywhere else. 3s. 2 possibilities. 4s here, 5 here. Several possibilities for a 6, so all 3 of them. Got a 7 here. And I get to mark everything for 8s for the moment. And nope, we get a 9 here. All right. 1s. 4 possibilities for 1. Oh, nope, these 2 aren't. So 2 possibilities for 1. 2s. 2 possibilities. 3 here. For now, we get to mark 4 possibilities for a 4. 2 possibilities for a 5. 6 here. 3 possibilities for a 7. And 3 possibilities for an 8. We've already got a 9 here. 1 already marked. 2 as well. Looks like I've got 4 possibilities for 3. 2 possibilities for 4. 5 on the board. A 6 here. 7s. It looks like I've got 2 possibilities for a 7. Oh, hey, we get to clean up a couple of 6s, making this a 6. All right, 8s. Everything's open for 8s at the moment. And one of these 2 is a 9. Got a 1 here. One of these 4 is a 2. One of these 3 is a 3. I've got 4 possibilities for a 4, it looks like. Likewise for 5s, just different cells. 6, 7. Looks like I've got 4 possibilities for an 8. And based upon elimination, possibly only one place for a 9. Yep, this can't be a 9, and we need one in the row. So we'll go with a 9 there. It's not really how we're supposed to be picking it, but let me verify every other option. 1 here, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5. 5 and 9 are both possible here for now. This also can be a 9. And for the moment, that can be a 9 as well. We're going to clear that right away. That's going to be a 9. So not a 9 here. All right. This one's going to be a 1. That gives me 3 possibilities for a 2. 3 is there. 3 possibilities for a 4. And 3 possibilities for a 5. Going back here, singleton 1. Validate. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 here. Clears that up. All right. Over to here now. 1. No good guidance on 2s yet. 3s. That says those. None of the, that says this can't be a 3. All right. 4s. One of these two is a 4. 5s in the corners, it looks like. 6s over on this side. Just, nope, that's not a 6. One of these two is a 6. 7s. One of these two is a 7. So they can't be 5s or 3s or 4s or 3s. Or 2s, I guess. Not 3s. There is a 3 here. 8s. At the moment, I've got 3 possible places for an 8 and a 9. No singletons. But a pair here that doesn't appear to be elsewhere in the row. All right, 1s. Looks like I've got wide open for 2s here. Not so much. One of these two is there's a 2 blocking these two. All right, 3s. That's blocking these. So it looks like I've got 4 possible 3s, a 4 here. These 3 can't be a 5, so for now we'll go with these 3. This can't be a 7. Let's try 6s. Neither of these can be a 6, so we've got 3 possibilities for a 6. 4 possibilities. Now for the 7s. We've got 3 possibilities for a 7. And do we have anything useful for 8s? It looks like I narrow it down to just 4, not 3. All right. This is going to be a 1. Get a 2 here. 3s are going to be over here. 4s. Looks like I get a 4 here. So not a 4 here or here. Okay. 5 2s there. So one of these two is going to be a 5. 6. We've got 6s here and here. One of these, oh, this one's going to be a 6. We've got a 7 there and here. So one of these two is a 7. That makes this into a 3. Clean up 3s over here. So I could get to clean up a couple of 4s. And we'll see if that maxes me up. All right, over here, we get a 1 there. 2 possibilities for a 2. 4 possibilities for a 3. 4 here. 3 possibilities for a 5. 6 and 7 are givens. 3 possibilities for an 8. And 2 possibilities for a 9. All right. Now, can we tidy some more things up? 5, 9, or 5, 3, 5, 9, 5, 3, 8, 8, 3. All right, let's see if punting here works any. 5 and 7. So not a 7 here. 5 there. Not a 5 here. This one's already blocked from being a 5, so that makes this a 5. You get an 8, 2 there and here. 8, 9, 3, 8, 9, 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 3. Oop, not a 5 here. Not a 5 here. That turns that into a 2. So not a 2. This turns into an 8, 5, 4. Turns this into a 3. We get a pair of 8 2s there. 8 goes with that. So we can clean up the 8 and the 2 up here. Clean up that 3. This is the only 9. And it's not 9. How about not a 9 there? All right. Others to clear up. Things we're getting to just because we cleaned some stuff up. Okay, that's not an 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. At the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got a 9. Oh, I got a block here. Okay. I did mention that I was not happy with some of my marking, so we get to try this again. And as fair warning, if I don't complete this in another 18.5 minutes, we are going to stop the stream. All right, one of these two is a 1. One of these two is a 2. Lots of possibilities for 3s. Got a 4 here. 4 possibilities for a 5. 6 and 7 on the board. 4 possibilities for an 8. And 3 possibilities for a 9. In here, everything's, nope. We have 4 possibilities for a 1. 2 is a given. 3 possibilities for a 3. 2 possibilities for a 4. Everything's open for a 5. We've got 2 possibilities for a 6. 2 possibilities for a 7. An 8 and a 9. I have to wait until oh wait, I won't, no. I've got lots of possibilities for a 5, don't I? That 1 makes things a little bit more interesting. Oh, I see why. So this is not going to be a 1. It means I can pull the 5s out of these. And I'll show you where that 1 is. Well, show you where the 1 that prevents it is. This one here blocks these 2, so one of these 2 is a 1, which means that can't be a 1. All right, 1. It's 4 possible 2s. 4 possible 3s. 4 already. 3 possible 5s. 4 possible 6s. 3 possible 7s. And 4 possible 8s. We've got a given 9 already. All right, 1. Everything looks eligible to be a 2 at the moment. A 3. 2 possibilities for a 4. 5 here. So one of these 4 is going to be a 5. 6s. They're going to be across the top here. 7s. 3 possible 7s. Okay, 2 possible 7s. And looks like 3 possible 8s. Okay, one of these 2 is a 1. Mentioned that earlier. Nope, not that one. So that's a 1. 2. I've got 3 possibilities for. Got a 3. 4 possible. Fours here. Everything that's open could be a 5, 6, 7, 8. And one of these 2, this one, is going to be a 9. That blocks this one. So we get a 1 up here. 4 possibilities for a 2. 3 possibilities for a 3. 4. Looks like I've got 4 possibilities for a 4 for now. 5s. 6s and 7s. 8s. And 2 possibilities for a 9. Try to fill in a 9 here. Say you have 2 possibilities for a 9 here. We've got a 1 and a 2. Looks like 4 possibilities for a 3. And a 4. Oh, 2 possibilities for a 4. How about 5s? Those we can attribute to that one. 6s. Looks like I get a 6 here. 7s, one of these two. 8. Don't know which is going to be an 8, but it's going to be one of them. And we move over here. So we've got 4 possibilities for 1, actually 3. 2 possibilities for a 2. A 3. Bunch of possibilities for a 4. 5. It's one of these two. 6. One of these 3 is a 7. 8 is going to be one of these 4. No, one of these 3. And we've already got a 9. We'll go ahead and mark that as a 1. Clear up that and that. And that and that. So 1 here. 2. Got 3 possibilities for 2. 3. 2 of those same locations. 4, 5. 3 possibilities for a 6. Oh, nope, just the 1. 7. Looks like I've got 3 possibilities at an 8, and a 9 is it provided. All right, so not a 1 here. Okay. Seven, 6 pair here. I think we tried the 5 or 7, 5 pair. So let's try the 7 here this time, 5 here. So not a 5 there. Not a 7 here. Oh, hey, not a 5 here either. That means that's a 5. And we get to mark this as a 3, not a 3 here or here. And it becomes a 6, a 4, and down here is a 2. And now I've got 4, 5. So this becomes a 2. This becomes an 8, a 3 here, a 2 here. Not an 8 here. Not a 5 there. Or a 2, 3 here. Not a 3 here. Not a 6 or 7 here. Not a 2 there. This becomes a 5, so we can clean up the 5 there. Either 8 or 5 there, so that's a 2. Not a 2 there, or there, or there, or here. 8, 5, 5 here, so this is an 8. Not an 8, that's a 4. 7, 6 pair. 4 and 5 here. 8 here. 9 here. 2 here. Not an 8 in any of these. Not a 2 in those two. That's about all I can do with that. However, this becomes an 8. So clean up the 8s and the 5s now in some of these. Also the 9 here. Although, got a 9, 3, 9, 3 pair here, so that can't be a 3, that can't be a 3, that can't be a 3. This becomes a 1, a 5, and a 2. So not a 2, that's a 6. And this becomes a 3, a 1 here. 2 here, 7 and 8. 6 and 7. 3 and 4 and 5. 9 there. 7, 4, 3, 8. 4, 7, 8. 3 and 9. And we are done in just under, or with just under 5 minutes to go before I would have locked out. All right. Thanks, everybody. I hope you had a good time. We will check up with you again soon. And yeah, stay away from the AI viewers.